on, guys? So today we have another GoingGear EDC Club, a little unbagging, if you will. So let's dump this stuff out, see what we got going on. First things first, our little decals, which are always cool. Huge fan of these, and I've been putting these things everywhere now. Our little paperwork, which we're not going to spoil what's in here yet. Interesting. Well, this is kind of heavy. Alright, so first we got some, looks like instant coffee. Cold brew instant coffee, medium roast. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so now we have a pocket clip, a random deep concealed pocket clip, which I'm not sure if it's for whatever's in here or if it's for this knife. What should we look at first? How about the knife? Cold steel Kiridashi folder, very cool looking. I'm a huge fan of cold steel, and I do like the Kiridashi knife style, although I don't think I've had a folder version of it, usually little fixed blades, little neck knives. There's the specs on there. It's like plastic on both ends. I have to cut that. Today I have the K tactical knife. I have to say, when I first got this, I thought it was going to be kind of cheesy and cheap and everything, but I've been using this a lot around the house, and although I'm not a huge fan of combo edge blades, this one's been working out fairly well. You know, it's definitely nicer than I thought it would be. But anyway, here's this cold steel. Pop this open. I like the texture on there. Pretty interesting. That's cool. That's actually really comfortable. Clearly, well, I shouldn't say clearly. Yeah, now clearly, this pocket clip is not for this. It's probably for whatever that is. This has obviously a molded plastic clip, but it does screw on, so it looks like if that happened to break, it is replaceable. That's pretty interesting, but that's actually really comfortable in the hand. Kiridashi style blades could be ugly to some people, but extremely, extremely useful. Very nice. I like it. Let's see. Taiwan 403. 403-4SS, I think. I don't know. That's tiny writing. I'm trying to look from behind the camera here. But overall, I like it. It's got the triad lock on it. Very, very interesting knife. Definitely will be putting that into the rotation. Probably, well, I don't know. Sometimes I'll say I'm probably going to do a review on it, and maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. So I don't want to tease anyone out there who might be interested in the knife. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. We'll see. See what the future holds. But I am definitely going to start using this one. Seems like a cool little pocket knife. I like it. So let's see what is going on with this. What is this? Made in the USA. That's always good. GEDC. Go ahead and get that open. Business card. Oh, wow. That is chunky. Still seems like something's padded in here. Maybe that's just to protect it. Yeah. Some more packaging. Wow, that is a solid brass Prybar. Prybar / bottle opener. That is quite chunky. It's pretty interesting. Actually, you know, Prybars are extremely, extremely useful. I've used them many times before. I don't think I've ever had a brass one before. Usually they're titanium. I've always used smaller ones on keychains, and then I had like 2 dedicated ones back in the day. They were bigger. They were probably like 5 or 6 inches long by like 1.5, 2 inches wide. Those were like dedicated paracord wrapped Prybars, and I kept that in my EDC bag that was in my car. Those were originally from CountyCom, and that was like when I really need to physically pry something. And I would go get my dedicated Prybar. That's what I would use. It was a big old chunky Prybar, and it was perfect. It came to a really tapered edge, so I can use it for smaller projects as well. But yeah, overall, I mean, you guys let me know down in the comment section, do you use Prybars? I haven't carried one in a long time, but occasionally I do find myself needing, needing something to pry with. Obviously, your knife is not the answer. I know some of you guys out there still do it. I see it all the time. I just saw a post on Facebook on a knife group not too long ago, and someone was complaining about S30V chipping out when they were prying something open with it. No, please don't do that. So anyway, I mean, here's where I stand with it. I'm going to say 2 different, well, that was some Nixon action right there. I'm going to give you 2 different statements here. Number 1, do not ever, ever pry with your knife. It is meant for cutting. Now here's my second statement, which is completely the opposite. When you buy a knife, do whatever you want with it. It's your knife, right? So those are obviously two different ways to look at it, and I find myself flip-flopping back and forth because honestly, if you buy a knife, do whatever the heck you want with it. It's your knife, you paid for it, you know, or traded for it, whatever it is. Don't let anyone else tell you what to do. However, if you misuse it, don't complain to everyone because no one cares. So anyway, that is that. Let's read this paperwork here. See what they have to say about this gear. So, first thing is the Traveler Brass Prybar by GoingGear EDC, normally $55. Yeah, I mean, if you're into the whole gear stuff, I mean, I get it. Personally, I would never pay $55 for just a chunk of brass like this. I mean, it's cool, it's definitely different. Keep in mind, brass is a little softer, okay? It's not titanium, you know, stainless steel or anything like that. So, just something to, you know, obviously keep in mind when you're talking about prying things. So if you use that really hard, it's very possible to mar up that edge. You know, you can probably bend it depending on what you're doing. So, although, you know, brass is cool looking and it will get a nice little patina on there and be very, you know, cool in your shots, your photo shots of all your, you know, EDC stuff, not as effective as something like titanium or stainless. Anyway, it says Prybar, box opener and bottle opener all in one tool. Meticulously designed and expertly crafted in the United States. The Traveler by GoingGear EDC can go anywhere your knife can't. To the airport or sporting event, never leave home without your main EDC item. So yeah, I'll say that. It has a little bit of an edge there where, you know, places you can't have knives or weapons, as we know knives are tools, perhaps this will, you know, take up the slack. So it is what it is. Like I said, personally, I mean, I'd want to see that priced at like maybe 30 bucks, 25, $30, something like that. It is very comfortable. I'll say that. I mean, it's designed like a little knife here. There's jimping on the top there. It is very comfortable to hold, and I would imagine use. But we'll see. I might test that in the future because I'm curious. I've never had a brass pry bar for the reason that brass is softer. Okay, so might just have to see the limits on that thing in the future. Anyway, all right. So cold steel Kiridashi. $35.95. The Kiridashi folder is a great budget EDC knife. Comes with 2.5 inch 403 4SS stainless steel. Blade by Grivex handles that will never rot, crack, warp, or mildew. It also uses cold steel's triad locking system that has proven to be one of the strongest and safest locking mechanisms available. So, as I read off the blade, I thought maybe that was a serial number or something. I didn't realize that was the blade steel. So 4034 stainless steel. I don't have any personal experience with it from memory. I didn't know it existed until now. So always learning stuff. Yeah, Benchmade Mini Deep Carry Pocket Clip, $10. The Stonewash Mini Deep Carry Clip fits easily and securely into your pocket, leaving only the clip visible on the outside. This will fit perfectly on your new brass pry bar or give your favorite EDC knife an upgrade. All right, so that's cool. So it makes sense. So this will fit on here if you do want to throw the pocket clip on there, all right? So you can kind of get an idea what that looks like through the bag there. All right, so if you do actually want to EDC this or clip it to something, you have that option, but just in general, it's nice to know, especially people with you know, fairly large knife collections, if you're rotating through your EDC and stuff and you wanted to upgrade one of your clips to a little shorty, you know, deep conceal clip, you have that option, which is very cool. I'll definitely find a knife for this. So, I like that addition a lot. And then finally, a little thing here on the coffee. It's instant cold brew by Kusa Coffee. Normally $2.30. I don't know if that's for a 2-pack or not. Need a pick me up quick. Kusa cold brew instant coffee dissolves in seconds, so you can turn that bottle of water into delicious cold brew coffee exactly when you need it most. Like I said, I like cold brew, so I'll definitely try that out. But yeah, that's this month's EDC Club. I like it. I love the knife. Love the knife. Obviously, fan of coffee. Love the pocket clip. The EDC Prybar, I can, you know, take it or leave it. I am interested in using it now. Like the more I think about it, the more I talk about it, I really want to see how brass is going to hold up to actually prying. So you will see a separate video on this in the future when I get enough use on it. I have to find things to pry. I don't find I'm prying things often in my everyday life, in my lifestyle. But I'll certainly use this thing and give you an update down the road. Maybe do a separate video on that. Because like I said, I am curious. For some reason, I'm thinking it's gonna like just bend out of shape if I go to pry something, you know, that's harder than it, obviously. You know, if you're prying wood, it's not a problem. If you're prying plastic, it's not a problem. But if I have, you know, metal, even something like aluminum, if it's thick aluminum and I'm prying between them, who knows? Maybe it'll bend this out of shape. I don't know. It's fairly thick. I will say that. It's not chintzy. It's not like this cheap, light little, you know, flexible bar. I mean, this is a solid piece of brass. So we will see. I'm quite curious about that. But like I said, I mean, personally, I can take it or leave it. Love everything else though in the box. And the value is always there. That's the whole point of these EDC Club packages, is you're getting a lot more value, you know, than obviously buying them individually. And the surprise is what people like. That's why people do stuff like this. It's because they like a little surprise. If you like gear in general, if you're a guy like me and you kind of like everything, because even though I would never have bought this, especially for the price, but it's interesting to try out now. So it's just one of those things. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section if you ever saw the cold steel Kiridashi. I am curious about it because, like I said, super comfortable. Not the nicest looking knife. I mean, some people, that's totally subjective. Some people think it's a good looking knife. I think it's kind of ugly, but totally purposeful. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see about that in the future. So that's all. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.